Alrighty, guys. Before everyone goes absolutely crazy in the chat room, let's get back to talking about stocks. Morning, guys. Happy Friday, everyone. It's Friday the 13th, guys. So if you're superstitious, this is the time to take out your weird superstition objects and get them ready for the open. I got my trading pants on today, and I got my glove on, so should be a green day. Like I said, November 13th, it's a Friday. It's 8:52 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we got plenty of time here, 38 minutes before the market opens. Figured we'll start a little bit early here, as I'm just kind of sitting here with you guys anyway. You know, not a lot of activity for me pre-market trading. I'm down a little bit. I'm down 40 bucks so far pre-market. I am down 88 on HOFV, and I'm up 40 bucks on CBAT. So is what it is. On KCAC, we're up today 560 bucks. So pretty much went from red to green with my KCAC position, which is pretty sweet. In terms of, tickers we're trading today, oh man, it's a slow pre-market so far, which is a little bit unfortunate, but hey, it's a Friday, it is what it is. We're seeing CBAT probably the lead gapper right now with a nice break over 5 and ranging between 5 and 6. CBAT is a Chinese electrical equipment and parts company. CBAT Energy Technologies, 20 million float. It's a pretty big company, 277 million market cap. I just have not found any news specific to the company about it just yet. That's the only thing that's kind of putting me on edge, I gotta say. This is HOFE. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Wrong page. HOFE is also kind of dying here. It's a little depressing at that 5 million float. I feel like there's a lot of potential on it. Taking a really long time to load this web page. I don't think it's my computer. I think it's just the company page being a little bit questionable. It's one of those classic kind of EV categories because they focus on batteries. Takes really long to load. Develops, manufactures, and sells lithium batteries in mainland China, US, Europe, Taiwan, Israel, internationally. It's including electric vehicles and electric cars. Founded in 1999. Owner's been buying this year at 48 cents. It's a good time to be buying. A lot of former spikes, and it's been in a pretty solid upwards trend. Had a big low here at 2.5, and now it's breaking $5. So we'll see where CBAT can kind of go. Right now, I'm kind of curious to see if it's really going to hold this $5 zone today. I'm not totally convinced yet, but we'll see how much kind of volume starts pumping into this ticker. Let's go to the weekly chart here. This $5 was a critical zone. So being around over $5 on CBAT is extremely important. So my question is, can we rip to that next level, which is 6, and then 650, 675 roughly, 650. So that's really what I'm going to be looking at. I want to see a bit more volume kind of come back on this one. Right now it's just selling off here, not really looking too interesting. Was kind of getting a little bit interested here again. I almost bought this pullback. but I didn't. So let's see what kind of happens here. In the meantime, we could talk about HOFE for a bit. You can see this one had a former spike here, so, and then, you know, flushed really hard, had a big spike here, and then, you know, also fell off a cliff again, found some support around 2, and now it's back at it here in this kind of critical 2725 zone right here. We have 2 lines, so I wonder if it's going to hold this area. My problem is it looks like they're just rehashing some old news. USA Entertainment Company, 5 million float, 83 million market cap, Hall of Fame Entertainment, Hall of Fame Resort and Entertainment Company, and the NFL Alumni Association provide update on the success of the inaugural NFL Alumni Academy. We've had this news before, and we didn't hold our highs, so I'm a little bit skeptical that this ticker is really going to get us there. So I kind of feel like there's a high chance that anything else is going to pop today and maybe be much more interesting. HOFE and CBAT are kind of like, I don't know, secondary tickers in a little bit. They have a lot of partnership news that came out. Dollar Tree signs deal. A lot of these catalysts didn't really do much after that selling pressure. So kind of makes me feel like there's some dilution going on with this ticker, to be honest. Not to mention, it just generally looks like dilution, just the way the volume's been kind of played out here. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Wild Boys. We got a lot of EV tickers flying, like we pointed out a little bit ago. Just very briefly, KCAC up really nice, like a 10% plus pre-market. Huge move here. Had a big spike to the upside, pulled back a little bit. Good to see that on KCAC. I was, you know, this is one of those tickers where we were long for quite some bit. I really kind of like the background of this company with the board. I felt fairly confident with the board, but holding through this area was tough. We almost closed it for a loss. Let's see what happened here. I have not read this yet. Announced a special meeting of stockholders of Kensington to approve the pending business combination between Kensington and QuantumScape. HOFE popping up here, guys. Quickly look at CBAT for a second. Okay, CBAT selling off. Yeah, HOFE, a little bit of news here. Bigger volume coming in. Breaking the 9 EMA on the 5 minute, over the 9 EMA on the 1 minute. Can it break 281? Nice move on HOFE. Didn't switch over quick enough. I'm going to keep CBAT open here, see if this one has some reactions as well. Good volume coming in here right now. Really, really strong. We got that former shoulder at 290. Long 500 shares. Didn't get my full size. Just looking for that break over 290. Could add here. Just got one more entry. Buyers at 283. Looking to add, ideally. Looking for a break of 2.9. $287. Close at 289. We got the break. Happened a lot slower than I felt comfortable with. That's why I closed. I didn't wait for the break of 290. I wanted to wait for the break of 290. Here we go. There's 290 there. Let's see if we can get 291. I'm also red pre-market right now. So every time I feel like I'm red pre-market, sometimes I try to take profits a little bit quicker. So we are at an $88 red on HOFE, and now we're at $28 red on HOFE. So like a $60 profit roughly. Nice, into the 91s. This is what I originally was looking for, 92. Yeah, could have held a little bit longer. But hey, you know, when you're red, yeah, 94, strong move there. Congrats to anyone that got that breakout. 95. Oh yeah, sweet. Sweet, sweet. Good to see that action here on this ticker. CBAT getting closer to bigger support. $3 bigger resistance on HOFE. That's a critical spot, $3. Holding its highs pretty well. Could break again here. Check out the 5-minute chart, huge volume there. CBAT getting closer to this critical $5 zone. I wonder if it's going to break it. HOFE, wonder if this is going to be another bull flag. It's going to start consolidating here. HOFE was a bit of a sell-off queen earlier all day today, so definitely a little bit cautious with that. Could see a bit of a bounce, maybe around 83 again, former entry. Remember, you want to get a little bit more aggressive early on these tickers lately. That's been a big mistake of mine. I've noticed it's not my favorite way to trade, but oftentimes the move happens quick, and the first or the second, third pullback get a little bit more nasty. Morning, Corey. Happy Friday to you too. Oh, man, it's like negative degrees in here. What is going on? I'm about to lose my mind. More likes, the better the market moves. I like that, James. That's a good thesis. Damn, that's classic. For a second, I was like, are we streaming right now? Ever since I had to do the switch up, when YouTube stopped working for me for a little bit, I got really confused. Let me check the audio, make sure everything's good to go. CBAT, guys. CBAT's pulling here to the upside. Watching. Same with HOFV. Nice move there on HOFV. Bigger volume. No, I have not seen CVAC. Oh yeah, what a freaking move on this one, huh? Really nice. I was waiting for this one to go below 40. I'm not sure. That was probably way too conservative. Really nice move here. Kind of slow but consistent, huh? Nice. Good call. I was not watching it. Thanks, Constantine. A lot of EVs are popping. Obviously, CureVac is not an EV, but it seems to be a bit of the play today. Nice HOFE popping again here. I wonder if it's going to break that EMA. I mean that VWAP zone. Right now, it's on track for making a possible move. 972 is that former resistance zone. CBAT still don't have any specific catalyst on this one, but I think it might just be a sympathy play. Although it's not necessarily a small cap, 277 million market cap, so I would like to see something on this one. Classic Chinese ticker that just kind of pumps on no catalyst, which we see all the time. Yeah, Corey, it's freaking been a heck of a week. Just one step forward, one step back kind of week for me with the day trading. Maybe more like 1.2 steps back because I'm slightly red here after yesterday. I would not be surprised, Aaron. Split on MGEN. Not sure if it's gonna move. Yeah, Brent, that could be. ZOM? What ticker is that? If you're into trading sub dollars, maybe. You know, honestly, this one's not moving that bad. And this is a pretty clean open at 7. Overall, kind of impressive, I gotta say. Really wish this was like a $2 to $7 stock, somewhere in between. It's selling off now. HOFE could be finding a little bit of support here. Watching 293. Try to get a fill at 293, didn't get it. Removed my limit order. $294 getting chipped. Could be good setup here. CBAT also moving up. Nice. HOFV might break VWAP here. Watching. Breaking out. Let's see where it pulls back to. $3. Wow, $3 just broke there. Nice. Huge volume came in with that last candle. Really big volume, but it was not able to hold it very well. Check that out. That last candle had huge volume. Quickly bounce back up to HOV just broke VWAP here, 304. CBAT is struggling. Yeah, Ben, I totally feel you on that one. SPY up 0.6%. It's a nice spot for the SPY to be. I like that spot. Should be another move here for HOFE. I'm not going to trade it. PLTR. I wasn't really watching PLTR. It's had a heck of a run here, new highs. We were watching it, was that last week or was that Monday? Let's see, this would be Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, so that was Friday. Was that Friday we were watching it? Yeah, it had a good breakout there. Right now it's stuck here below the 9 EMA. It needs to really break back above this point. Probably will. I don't know. I don't really have any trade ideas in this one at the moment. Could be good, especially in this kind of larger support zone around 13. But if it breaks 13, it might dip a little bit harder. So I'd maybe be a bit more cautious. It's a bit of a sketchy zone it's currently in right now for sure. Here you can see that big 13.5 zone coming in as support. Looks like 14 is a bit of support now. I don't know. I don't really have a trade for that one. CBAT has been stuck at this $5 zone for a long time. Every time it gets close to it, it bounces back up. So I'm wondering if we're going to see eventually a break maybe of this area before the market opens. I wouldn't mind buying some CBAT closer to 4 or 5. So most likely that could be into the open, but I'm not sure. Overall, the SPY has been fairly consistent in this area. Up just slightly pre-market, mostly looking like a gap up at this point. NASDAQ could be setting up for a flat top breakout kind of around 12,000. I wonder if it's going to happen. Right now we got kind of higher lows coming in. That's a good sign. Could maybe pull back again somewhere in this area around 1,500. Without seeing really big resistance. Got another 3.5 minutes, guys. It's a good time to adjust your time of force. Make sure your trades are ready to go. Position sizes are looking good. Quick little bathroom break. I'll be right back. Little stretches here. Good idea. I'll throw up the disclaimer. Plus, then I can do more weird stuff without you guys seeing. Read that disclaimer. Shoot me an email if you guys got any questions. All right, guys. Let's keep it focused here, at least for the first 30 minutes. So what I'm going to be looking at is HOFE on my second screen on this stock. You know, it's holding this $3 zone quite nicely. I'm kind of wondering if we're going to get a nice move higher out of the gates. I'm not super crazy about the catalyst. They're kind of rehashing some old news, different time, kind of an update catalyst. 5 million float though. It's our lowest float gapper. That's you know, pretty much over 30% here, which is not a lot of tickers. USA Entertainment Company. So we'll see what this one does. And then the other one, CBAT. Remember, HOFE was a former gapper. There's probably going to be a lot of people holding bags on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if it had a little bit of a dip before it ran. So let's see what happens. CBAT, watching this one as well. Big support right around 5. Chinese ticker, 20 million float with no catalyst, it looks like. Good luck, guys. Calm and collected. Just relax. Wait for the setup to come to you. HOFE with a nice spike higher there at 3.2 from 306. Up, that was almost a 10% candle, guys. More like a 7% maybe. Has huge resistance roughly at 3.6. Both these tickers are trying really hard. KCAC over 15, that's what I like to see. No trades yet for me. HOFE having issues. PLTR back above 1490. CBAT really strong. Could break VWAP here, watching. Never like trading these first ones, these first pullbacks. 650 zone looks like it's some decent support. Trying to get the long CBAT at 52. Long 500 shares, small size. Didn't hold its high. Closing this position. Trying to get out. Hold on 1 second. Click the wrong button. Should be out of this position. Should be stopped out. Not stopped out. Watching it. That was the pullback. Should have been stopped out at 52. 43. Stopping out at 39. Small loss, totally okay. Big buyers here though at 40. This is what I like to see. Might have stopped out just a little bit too soon. Could have maybe averaged down. It was a small position size. It is what it is. Let's move on. 5% on HOFE to the downside, watching it. CBAT trying to break here. This is a bit of a risky zone. Always like to use smaller size before I'm fully in the groove and before I have a nice cushion. So everything is looking good. Was able to build up a small cushion pre-market. Very small cushion. Waiting for a more clear setup here. Still watching HOFE. Nice, nice CBAT. Ripping higher. This is exactly where my original intention was to buy it. Seeing if I could go long here at 65. Missed my entry. It's a little bit late. Just watching it now. Man, oh man. Yeah, we were right, but I was too eager on that one. I bought a little bit too high. Oof, look at these flushes too. Don't want to get stuck in that again. Being cautious here. That's why I removed my limit order when I didn't get it at first. It took it forever to show. Probably no more trades on CBAT unless I see a more clear 5-minute setup. I do kind of like this 550 support zone, but I want to see it hold this area a little bit longer before I go long on this one. Markets are overall green. I know there's a lot of attention right now on EVs and other tickers, so just keep that in mind, guys. FSR up 15% even. XPEV up 9%. NIO up 7%. KNDI up 10%. KSAC up 13%. Solo up 28%. So yeah, EVs are very, very strong right now. Just keep that in mind. Actually, I see you guys calling out Solo as well, and I was just like, wait, Solo's up that much? Maybe I should look to trade it. Up 20% move. Yeah, really, really good to watch this one. I'm not totally sure why it wasn't on my watch list. Solo with bigger resistance right around 670. And then some support right below that. Big move here on Solo. Watch out, guys. 6.5 was a failed breakout. Solo could be finding a little bit of support here, would use a small size. Solo clear lead gapper right now, guys, followed by FSR. HOFE does not look good at all. 6% on FSR so far. Really nice quick pullback here as well. Nice bounce. Congrats to anyone that got that bounce. That was a perfect setup. I'm still in KCAC. We could talk about it a bit later, but I plan to hold for now. Really solid move here on solo. 4-hour chart looks pretty clean as well. 5-hour looks good. The car looks very weird, but that's subjective, I suppose. Although you could say looks is objective. I've seen some interesting reports about that, where we're all attracted to the same kind of things. Paradox confirms the car looks terrible. HOFV, guys, down about 10% here. Not the best risk reward on HOFV. Just missed that break higher at 75. Kind of talked myself out of that one, to be honest. Solo, setting up a possible move. Yeah, I know. KSAC was beautiful. I saw it this pre-market. Yeah, and CBAT got me a little bit, huh? I think, yeah, okay, I had a feeling I was going to sell off there a little bit. Could be a good entry again, though, coming up. FSR is definitely one to keep an eye on, guys. That pullback on solo at $6 was so nice. I should have been more aggressive there. I'm not even entirely sure why I didn't go all in on that one. Probably because I just had a loss on CBAT, but I'm not even, I don't know. I'm gonna have to reflect that a little bit more because that was a perfect setup. But you know, hindsight, everything that's really perfect always looks extra perfect. Solo might crack 6 here. But I'm not really buying my own thought. Dead fish drifting in the water from Mark. I could really picture that too. Is it floating upside down? Oh yeah, HOFV with that failed move back above the 9. $9.43. Michael, I like that. Made about 50 so far. It ain't a million, but it's 50. Baby steps. Base hits. $6.45 is the place for Solo to break out of. It's trying to pump right now a little bit. Try to buy at 6.35. Missed that entry again. Woo! Got to be really quick to take profits here. Solo drifting down a bit. 350. 350. CBAT getting close to a double bottom. HOV is losing a lot of enthusiasm, but 260 is looking like an interesting spot for a possible reversal at one point. FSR on the 5-minute has interesting potential. KCAC up really, really significantly. Just kidding, that was their warrant one. USVS, UAVS, yeah, for sure. Ooh, quick though. Yeah, at this point, we might as well trade LI, huh? LI, by the way, is a Chinese car manufacturer. Q3 results came out, 62 million float, but it's a $28 billion company. It's a fairly large company. And now it's at 32 billion, so. Solo breaking out here. Long, small size, it's Solo. Still small size on Solo. Big volume though. Looking for that break of 6.6. Five-minute breakout looking fairly clean. This is a very small size Only about $1,800. Still running. Big resistance at 6.5. Solo is a bigger company here. Looking for that break of 6.6. If I can just take some small profit here, it wouldn't be the worst. Look for a secondary trade. Didn't get it. Bit of a slower mover. Small size. Looking for that break of 6.5. I mean 6.6. Possibly getting chip. Nice move. Taking some profit there. Small position though, very, very small position on Solo. Made 50 bucks. Should have, you know, had a much bigger size there. I tried to average down a few times, but I always put my limit order a little bit too late. That was a nice clean trade. A little bit choppy because it's a larger ticker, but overall, you know, clean setup. I really like that. Much better than the CBAT trade I did right out of the gates. That was a bit hectic. You know, I would have been right, but I didn't. I bought too high. Chopped myself out of that trade. $6.75. That was a nice break. No, Solo's not halted. CBAT coming back a little bit here. Nice move here on Solo. It's still going. Last move was 22%. CBAT, interesting try to break here, VWAP. Watching Solo, really strong move here, huh? Talk about selling too soon. Really pumping right now. 23%, looking really strong. Just watching CBAT a little bit. Nice move higher there, 3%, another pop. Solo has bigger resistance around 8. Could easily keep popping in this area. Insanely strong move. New minute about to start. Sweet breakout there. That was a really 14% breakout. Nice. Should break again here. 7.6. Boom! Nice breakout there, all the way to 7.5 right away. Woo! Coulda, shoulda, woulda bought back in, but I was a little more skeptical in that last one. Let's see if this breaks 8. It could break 8 any moment. I feel like it's a little overextended here. I mean, this is a fairly big stock, so just gained $100 million in market value. Yeah, I totally agree, Wild Boys. I tried to place a few limit orders, but they were always too conservative. So it was a little bit unfortunate that I missed that run. Wow, this is going to break 8 here. Yeah, you really got to get aggressive on these tickers early as possible. I was saying that pre-market. Nice pullback on XBAT, 5%. Solo bouncing right now off of 9 EMA. Let's see if it holds. Right now it's really close to 7. $7.17 bouncing up here. Nice move. CBAT definitely back in play. What happened, only clean bangers? What happened on that last one? $275 is acting a little bit of support here. New minute starting. FSR could have that break of 17.6. A little slow though, 16% up. Market's doing all right. It's holding this area as well. It's good to see that. It's 10 o'clock here. CBAT making some interesting moves. Chinese ticker, 20 million float. This was a tough spot for it every time. It's had lower highs, so might not make it here. Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe it's going to pull back to 660 or so. CBAT is still the fastest moving small cap, I'd probably argue, and Solo. Well, I don't know. Solo is pretty much a small cap. I guess we can consider it. Solo selling off a little bit here. Could break 7. If it breaks 7, then it'll start looking like a VWAP bounce at one point, maybe. I think right now the best move is just to be a little bit patient. CBAT looks interesting, but the volume is really light on that move here. Yeah, I have to really pump a little quicker. Solo could break 7 any moment here. 7.2 is getting chipped away for a second, or 7 4, 7, 3. Nice move above the 9 EMA again on solo. It's trying. HOFE is more or less dead at this point. KCAC, guys, this is turning into a really big winner for us today. Really nice, happy about this one. Whoops, just went to all accounts. Up 900 bucks on KCAC, which is great because we were red for a while on this one, so I'm really, really happy how it's going. Solo, really quick dip there. Just got long solo. 500 shares, small size. $680 looks like some buyers are trying to come in there. Still selling off this ticker, gotta be careful. Technically we are in a little bit of a short-term downside play. $690 might get shipped there. $690 did not get shipped. Had higher hopes. Might close this one out. Small, small, small. Long again at 6.6. Just average down into this one. Yeah, well, still a lot of selling pressure here. Gotta be careful for sure. New average at 77. Not the biggest size, but we're on a downward trending stock, so you gotta be careful. We're kind of lucky that our second entry on this one was at a really good price. Makes me a little bit more comfortable. Ideally, I wanted to see a move into the 90s, but we clearly didn't get that. So that's what I'm remembering is I got to be extra careful as we kind of approach the 90s. If we do approach the 90s, I don't know if we will. Just kind of a thought I'm having in my head right now. Obviously, it looks like 80 looks like a little bit of new resistance now. $79 is actually 78 is a bit of the current high resistance. Got support fairly close below that. $61. This is a critical spot right here. This is a key area where I'm actually considering averaging down my last time. My goal was that 9 EMA retest, so I held it one pullback too long. That was my overall mistake, I would probably say. Stopping out here, taking a loss, unfortunately. Yeah, so stopped out at 66. That was painful because, again, I got stopped out at exactly where I really kind of wanted to maybe average down, possible support. You got to manage your risk though, and unfortunately for like pretty much 3 days in a row, I've gotten stopped out at really bad spots. Not the market's fault, my fault for taking on so much unnecessary risk. And there we go. Now it's having a nice little reverse. So yeah, you know, shame on me for not stopping out right away. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that just happens sometimes. This week I've really not been on my A game. So browsing. Let's see. 10-11. Let's see what else we get. Solo doing exactly what I wanted, right now. So that's a little bit painful to be in this situation. It is what it is. At least we didn't get stuck in a ticker like HOFE that's just selling off. Question is SOLO gonna hold here now at 655 roughly? That's the big question. I'm kind of thinking it's not really breaking view up here. It's not breaking it like you would typically think. So my guess is it probably will hold. We got huge support in this zone. So this is, to me, this is a big buying area where I would traditionally, as a dip trader, more look for an entry here. Possible break of the 9 EMA. Watching. Could have a fake breakout, but it's tough to say. Back at 71. Yeah, painful. You know, this could have easily been a break-even trade, so I held on to a loser too long. Nice move there. See you guys calling out G-Tech. KCAC having a bit of a sell-off as well. G-Tech had a really nice move to the upside from like 950 to like 1015, but didn't have a lot of volume at first. So it wasn't really on my radar. Solo's in a spot right now where it could quickly flush. Boom! It just did. That's exactly what I was worried about, and that's why I closed out my position. Unfortunately, I ended up closing it out right before the bounce that I was waiting for. Nice, nice, nice. Well, you know, it's good to see that it would have worked out in a way, kind of confirming the overall trade. Just our timing was off by just a smidgen. Losses are okay. They're part of the game. Nice, Eric. This has been a very aggressive sell-off right now for Solo, so it's really good that we cut our losses on it. It's just unfortunate that we couldn't, you know, profit on this one a little bit more, as it was such a solid breakout, 30% breakout. Either way, it was a losing trade, so is what it is. HOFE, look at this one, trying to break back above 2.6. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Had like maybe like a 3-4% bounce or something like that. KNDI looks a little light in this zone. I'd be careful if I was trading this one. Corey's watching SUNW. Yes, UNW doesn't look too bad. I'm not sure why it's not popping up on my watch list though. It's over 17%. Should be popping up here. That's a slippery slope, guys. Turning a day trade into a swing trade, should really try to avoid that, I think. Because I think if you wanted to swing trade Solo, you would have bought it probably a long time ago. This is always tough because, you know, like we might wrap up trading soon. So like in my mind, you're kind of thinking, or like in, you know, in your mind in general, you would think when you're, you know, just had like a few losing trades or you're down a little bit, like we are, you're just like, oh man, you know, can I find another trade? So now you're like looking for a trade, right? It's not a good place to be. We do have some possibilities, but sometimes at this point, I feel like it's hard to tell if you're just being in pair trader or if it's a really good opportunity where you're like, you know, trying to force an opportunity. So you have to be really true to yourself and realistic. Like, why am I taking this trade? KNDI right here at the support of 8. This is a very clean possible setup. Unfortunately, dip trades just don't work that well in this market. Dip trading was really profitable for me over the summer. But ever since there was the flip where the market became a little bit more aggressive, dip trading has been much harder because the sell-offs are more aggressive and the runs to the upside are more aggressive. So you have to jump on that run early, and then you kind of want to just jump ship because you don't know how fast it's going to all pull back. Wow, Michael, that's sweet. Yeah, David. I mean, we've all been there, so don't feel too bad. KNDI could be seeing a little bit of a support line bounce here. Possible small entry on KNDI. Fill average size at 89, 789. Originally, I was thinking buying around the 8, but when I cracked the 8 with not the biggest volume, kind of selling off volume, I was like, okay, well, there's a little bit of strength here. If we could take some profits at 96, I'd be probably happy with that. It's showing a little bit of pressure. $96 looks like it wants to break, actually. This could break past 96 right now. I closed out here at 95. Small trade, but you know, it was a cleaner one. I felt like it was good risk reward. I felt totally justified taking it, so you know, I'll take my 39 bucks any day. Unfortunately, solo we're down 91 on this one. CBAT we're down 25, so you know, overall it's another red day for me. Man, this week has been a lot of red days, unproportionately, but it is what it is. That's just how it goes sometimes. I would really like to see KNDI pop back above above 8. That's what would give me a little bit more confidence here. It looks like it's going for 796. See if we break that. You and me both, Corey. I lost on CBAT, even though technically it was a winning trade. Oh, it was really painful. I bought this pullback here, but I bought it too soon just to sell right before an 8%, you know, pop to the upside. Just like, you got to be kidding me. CBAT's a tough one. It has kind of fading volume right now. It's had so many attempts to break, and each time is a lower high. But it's, you know, it's holding this area well. It's up 45%. It never really pulled back more than 1%, 2% from the open. So a lot of good signs here on this one. HOFE is huge support at 2.5, so I would just keep an eye on 2.5. Could be bouncing, but as long as it doesn't break that area, you know, there's possibilities. Yeah, Candy is making good moves here, back at 8. Really sweet. On CBAT, I would be careful because it looks like, okay, well, it literally just flushed. The reason I was starting to say that is because you can see every time I try to pop over key support, it ended up kind of, you know, curving out and then dropping, and the volume isn't really picking up in these areas. So that's always a big of a red flag. Hard to say right now, Jan. Nice, Mika. Congrats. Man, I really hope next week is a bit more of a fall through week for me. FSR might try to crack 18 again. KCAC kind of selling off here. I really want to see KCAC break 17, 18. That's kind of what I'm holding on for this ticker. It's just started, it's kind of moved to the upside, so I don't mind holding on to this one for a bit. Yeah, Corey, seriously, I had such high hopes after seeing Solo kind of popping, but nope. Good call on APWC, Asian Pacific Wire and Cable, making good moves. Bit of an early runner, late runner, I meant to say. 13 million float, or shares outstanding. No catalyst. FSR is trying for that 18 break. I'm personally a little bit skeptical. Oh wow, yeah, I didn't know that, Eric. I'm also not fully surprised. They seem to be a little bit misleading, those tests sometimes. Nice, Jonathan. Drop it for the team. Nice, Mika. Rocking in those profits. Congrats, man. FSR was just like Solo, a little bit, you know, the ones kind of to trade today, surprisingly. You know, it's so easy to talk smack about somebody. I'm not a huge fan of what Jim Cramer's doing here. I think he's doing this pure for publicity's sake. There's a lot of videos on Elon Musk where he talks about why he's not doing hydrogen. So I kind of feel like this is just pure hype, you know. And if Jim Cramer is so long hydrogen, why doesn't he go out and do something about it himself? You know, it's just like. But, you know, fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion to some extent. And clearly Tesla, the biggest EV company, you can't be totally wrong. So oh, is it really Micah? So wait, Micah instead of Mika? My cousin's name is Micah, and it's spelled so differently. That's true. Rocky, this is TD Ameritrade from ThinkorSwim. We got a bunch more FAQs in the video description below if you're curious or if something comes to mind. And if a question gets asked enough, I'll just make sure to add it there. Micah in German is M-A-I-K-E, right? So when I saw Mika, it's like almost reverse Micah. No, it's Micah. Eric spreading some conspiracy theories. I'm not totally sure what you mean, Chris. Solo trying to pop up here again, but it is stuck below VWAP. Could be a potential for a reversal though. 1030. I'm not super optimistic. Volume's light. 5-minute volume has been fading drastically. Nice, Solo with a crack there, VWAP. Huge resistance here though. I just didn't feel comfortable taking this trade. I mean, 660 is VWAP resistance. It's long-term support resistance, multi-month. It's clearly intraday resistance because 660 was that big breakout we had, and then we pulled back, and that's where we bounced. We had the original bounce. So it's kind of like one of those zones, you know, you really want to be playing with fire in this area. Let's see what happens. So Solo successfully delivered the first shipment of EVs into the US. Yeah, PWC is still kicking in, huh? Nice move on this one for sure. Yeah, IMAC got me good as well. All right, so I'm looking up a little bit more about Solo, going through their financials a little bit. You know, they are growing. They have a lot of secured cash, which is nice, but you know their losses are increasing. Um, I still don't totally get the concept of the car. I don't think I would be very long term Solo, but short term for now, especially with the kind of cash in hand and they're expanding their fleet in the U.S. to do more kind of marketing things. I think we're going to be seeing Solo more again in the future. So I think you know there's things to be bullish about. But EV is getting a very competitive space, and now you got even the large companies, the kind of enterprise ones. So if you may, from Daimler and Volkswagen, they're coming out with their own EV cars, and it just I don't know this like single driving one is definitely a bit questionable in my eyes. In America, it probably makes more sense because you kind of drive everywhere, but then you're always kind of bringing a friend to some extent. I don't know. I'm watching Solo right now. I think there could be a little bit of a break here, but at the same time, I'm not trying to force this trade. We're technically under VWAP. It could break VWAP here at 660. Volume's a little bit light. I see a little bit more risk in this one than anything, so I'm probably not going to trade it. 180 Pro, if you go to the monitor tab, you can see the overall P&L year to date over here at the bottom right. That's one way to do it. Very light. CBAT trying again here for the probably 10,000th time. Had that fresh crack. Volume is lighter. I wonder if it's going to crack 5.8. That's really the point it needs to break past. Thanks, James and David and Constantine, if you're still here. Always supporting the channel, appreciate it. Nice CBAT, nice break of 5.8 there. See a little bit more buy volume coming in on this one. Really, really impressive right now on CBAT. It's going right up there to 6. Wow, CBAT just broke 6, just like that. That was the move we were waiting for all day today. Yeah, Harley, I think Hike and I are going to be doing that once I fly to Florida. We've been talking about it a little bit already. Woo-hoo! CBAT flying here. Bit of a late day runner. Late morning, 10:40. 650 right now. Or 660 is really that next level high. Key zone there at 660. I'm not sure if we're going to break it. Nice, Corey. You jumped in that one at a great spot. I wanted to jump in CBAT here, and then I hesitated, and that was a 13% move. I'm not sure why I hesitated so much, but I did. A little bit unfortunate. This thing just keeps on running, too. It's just been, the market has just been so strong. The first moves are so strong, and then it usually ends. It never has that second, third move. I think that's why I've been doing so sloppy, because usually I don't trade the first move. Yeah, it's tough. Nice, Corey. You freaking nailed that one. Congrats. That's pretty much almost $1 a share. Woo! That's nice. Still a lot of selling here kind of going on. Wow, it runs again here. Is it going to break the high at 665? It might. A little bit lighter volume on that breakout though. Got to keep an eye on that. Technically, CBAT just had a failed breakout at 655. That was a solid move. Solid first move. Let's see how it holds up here. At 619. Technically, this is the first bull flag, 5-minute setup right now. Could be interesting. Not sure if I'll trade this one again. I might be done with trading. I was just kind of thinking, you know, maybe we'll get maybe a cleaner setup here, but that was the run. I hesitated under 6. Then we had that really nice breakout. So congrats to everyone that rail jumped on it. 665 could be another breakout here. This could be that good flag pattern. Nice breakout. Quick pullback here. Boom. Strong pullback. Man, did I get stuck so many times this week in those kind of moves. Solo trying to break a really key spot here. Nice breakout there on CBAT again. Watching Solo a little bit here. It's trying for a possible break of the 9 EMA. Has lighter volume than last time though. So this is a big question. Is it going to have some follow through? Nope, it did not. Yeah, that light volume here was really what made me iffy on solo, so I didn't go for it anymore. Gotta be careful with CBAT in these prices. Could be an interesting pullback move in the mid 50s, I would probably argue. Gotta watch out because the 5-minute is a little bit overextended. No, it's not holding here. Hoo-wee! Nasty dip right there too. That would have been too classic for me to enter that one. That would have been the classic way for me to end the day lately, has been getting stuck in these halts. Solo, I'm down 91 on. HOFV, I'm down 28, and then I'm down 25 on CBAT. So $150 loss there, taken back by a $40 gain on KNDI. So kind of a $110 red day. Yesterday was a $350 red day. The day before that, was that a green day or a red day? I forgot. Overall this week, I am in the red, I think a few $100s. So green month so far, actually a pretty decent green, start, even though we had a red week now, but hopefully next week we're going to have a little bit more. I don't know if the market's the same, I got to get aggressive sooner. A lot of times we're not getting those second, third pullbacks. We only get that first big, really strong move to the upside. And then if you're buying the pullback, you get flushed on. That's what happened to me a lot this week. So that was a little bit unfortunate. Let's see if I can calculate this week's profit, or P&L, I should say. Yeah, this week I'm down like $500. Yeah, an equal opportunity day trader. Yeah, maybe. CBAT just had that nasty, nasty disaster of a shakeout. Yeah, Corey, I'm all for that. We got to figure it out. I think 2021 we could really plan something like that. I'm not totally sure where yet, but I'll probably be in Utah at some point. I'll definitely be back in Florida. Uh, oh yeah, it'll be easy to do once the airlines and whatnot are going. I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. 2025, yeah, who knows? Maybe. Technically, virtual meetups are always an option, but that's almost kind of what we do every single day. The only thing is, we could throw into a Zoom meeting or something like that. That'd be good fun. I'll probably be looking into that a little bit more. KCAC down a little bit. We could have closed KCAC, but this is a swing trade, and I didn't want to start day trading it. I'm looking for this thing to go back above 18 before I close this position. If I close it there, I'm not totally sure yet, but that's where that would be my profit taking areas. Am I going on tour 2021? We'll see. Yes, the golden matrix. Honestly, you probably know much more about this ticker. Every time we pull it up, I probably say the same thing. I'm not totally sure what you want me to say about GMGI. I don't know much about it. I thought it was a little bit sketchy looking, and this long-term chart is extremely sketchy looking. It's OTC. I'm never a big fan of OTCs. Ooh, it's gotten really dark in here. I just turned off the light, but hold on, I'm gonna turn it back on. Turned on another light here, just a little bit of light. You can always go to OTC markets if you want to learn more about an OTC stock. All right, Corey, take care, man. Congrats again on that trade, man. That was epic, epic, epic. Good stuff. I don't know why you guys ask me that question every day, but I'm gonna have to start thinking about fancy things to say about the laptop, because you guys wonder every single day if I'm gonna get it, and I tell you guys that I'm getting it in 2 weeks when I'm in Florida. So I think you guys are messing with me. You'll know. I'll just say you'll know when I have it. It's not gonna be some sort of surprise. All right, solo big dip here, guys. Massive flush under 570. Yikes. Or under 6. That's wicked. GMGI, I don't know. I'm not interested on this one. I don't know much about it. I really don't know what to say for this ticker. But if you know something about it and you're along the company, it could be interesting. But OTCs are fairly shady, and there's usually a reason they're on OTC. You know, honestly, the Apple MacBook Pro is looking pretty slamming with the M1, but I personally don't really want to switch the Apple. Uh, I'm usually very flexible and open to things, but man, oh, I don't know if I'm ready for an Apple in my life. I don't know. I had an Apple phone for a while. I really liked it, but I don't know. Probably, I don't know. Yeah, M1's pretty beastly though, that's for sure. David, that's exactly probably true. Actually, maybe we should do like a video where we literally blow this one up. That would be really satisfying once we get the new one. Yeah, my biggest problem is the with a Mac and what it seems like is over long periods of time, it doesn't have the fan capability to keep it cool. That's where I think the Mac was going to have huge issues with me. So I'm looking for a computer with a little bit more beastie fanning. I don't really care about the volume so much. Drop a watermelon on it from Tony's stories. That'd be funny. Honestly, David, it would not take a lot. I can't render videos on it on this thing anymore, just to like put it in perspective. Oh, I have nothing against Macs. I'm like too lazy to learn a new operating system. Uh, I really am used to kind of my workflow here. I really enjoy it. All right, guys, I gotta wrap it up here. I just looked at the time; it's 11:02. I got places to be, and I'm sure you guys do too. The best part about day trading is the fact that we can wrap it up at any time we want, and the fact that I like to really just focus on the pre-market and the market open, and then I'm done. You know, that's the amazing part about day trading. You don't have to be a slave to the markets and the charts, and I really like that. So I try to really kind of focus on that a little bit. Yeah, so today, unfortunately, another red day in the bag. Man, this week was really not my week. I was saying pre-market, if we see good moves, we got to get aggressive early. I did sometimes, but then I didn't hold long enough, and I would, especially on the solo move. Buying the backside lately has been very, very tough because they just don't bounce those 3-4% like they used to, the backside dips. So I don't know. I might really have to kind of wean those off a little bit, which is unfortunate because it has been my bread and butter strategy. But until the market kind of, I don't know, switches a little bit to a different kind of trading style, it's not a good strategy. So for now, I got to get more aggressive early on. I think that's just the fact of the matter. Thanks, Constantine, for the constant shout outs there for the likes, man. Appreciate it. Dennis. Some good math there. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in the recap video. Have a great weekend. Don't do anything too silly. I'll see you guys then first thing Monday morning and in the recap video. We'll probably be focusing on some of these EV companies a little bit and then kind of review some news topics. FMTF, if you that first link in the video description below, tradejournal.co/connect, you're going to find the foundation video series. That's where we talk about all that good stuff. It's spread amongst many recap videos as well. All right, guys, peace out. Hit 100 likes. Woo! Appreciate it. Really, really sweet of you guys. Thanks, Constantine, for those cons shout outs. I'll see you guys next time. Like always, stay safe, make some awesome trades. Peace.